Whoops, I was rocking it out. Well, it is New Year's Eve. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Awesome, Alibaba. Welcome, welcome. I hope everyone is doing well. To anyone watching this in the future, I thank you. But you know what? Right now, I'm in the past because it's still 2023 in California. Awesome. Awesome. My name was William, and this is my so-called life. I hope everyone's having a great night. I'm hopping on an hour or two before midnight. Like I said, it is still 2023 in California. So I'm gonna sit here and start sewing for anyone who wants to join me. Welcome to my so-called life. I have quite a few things planned tonight. I had I finally finished my battle vest. Yay! It's just about 2024. Yeah. Happy New Year's to everybody who's celebrating across the globe. I'm a bit biased, so I'm here for all the people who are still around. Yay! Hello, butterfly. Great to see you. Yay! Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for just being a part of this channel. Thank you so much. Yay! I've got my cape ready, my James Brown cape. Oh my God, I should go get. You know what? I should rock in the new year with my ridiculous outfits. My godless sewing cape is hanging in the middle bedroom, ready to go. Yay! Hello, hello. We're going full Elvis this evening. Yay! Happy New Year. Like I said, I do this for everybody who's still around, still up, and consideration for everybody who's still on the West Coast. Oh, I finished my battle vest. I stayed up late last night and I had I knew I was going to be loafing today, so. But this is a beautiful addition to my so-called life. Hey, Dove, how's it going? This is a beautiful. Yay. How's it going? Yay! Hello, hello. We are awake. How are you, Dove? How are you doing this evening? Yay! So I finally finished this. I am beyond excited. So it's the end of the year. Made a ton of stuff this year. A ton of stuff. I did feel like making a few things, but I'm definitely thinking about putting this. Okay, so I recently got this patch. It took we all have 2 hours to go. Absolutely. It took 6 months for this thing to arrive at my house. You know what? I was honestly quite shocked when I looked at my Amazon and it said, "Oh, it's on its way to your house." I said, "What? I forgot you even existed. I forgot that thing was even around." So I took the tiger off of my extremely long coat, and I'm thinking about adding this on it because the tiger is definitely going to go somewhere else. And I have quite a few really awesome ideas for the tiger. So I'm retiring this huge patch for now, and I'm going to throw this one on. I also, yay, hello, yay, hello, Joy. Yeah, it took 6 months. I forgot I ordered half. Like, that's why I get so aggro with Amazon, because the stuff just gets lost in the void with me. I swear it's because of my address. Yeah, it's very Aya Fatima-ish. Yay! Hello. Awesome. I love how it says hand pink waving. Yay! Hello, Joy. Great to see you. Do you know what's so funny? Last night I thought my heater died, and there it is working. Something happened last night where it just was not working, and all of a sudden it decided to start working. I am so excited for the new year. Thank you. Sir William is going into 2024. We're leaving a few things behind, but Sir William is definitely going into 2024. I like that. Hello. William, you are better at your Saints than Phoenix is she. She drives me crazy. Well, I grew up Roman Catholic, so I could name most of them, and the holidays and everything that goes with them. Well, Isaac Merritt Singer. You know what? Do you know who knows more about Saint Singer is Ollie. Ollie Baba knows more. The things that are more highlighted for me about Mr. Singer is that he had 19 kids and he was exiled out of America. So Isaac Merritt Singer was an interesting human. I don't know if he's a saint of anything, but he was an interesting human. Do you know what's so funny? I cannot wear shoes in here. Oh, I can, but they're cumbersome. I tried. Oh, all right. So I still have that oversized giant coat that is big for no reason whatsoever. I don't know. I'm going to watch that documentary. What's it called? I'm so sorry, Butterfly. What documentary are we talking about? Are you talking about Singer? About Isaac Merritt Singer? I've watched quite a few on YouTube. If that's what you're talking about, that's where I've learned most of the stuff that I learned about Singer was from YouTube and Alibaba. You know what? I'll look that up because I watched a really good one, a really good documentary. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll look that up for you, Butterfly, because there's quite a few out there. And I tried to put that video that's the entire life of a sewing machine, but YouTube would not let me use it, so it's on my Rumble channel. On my Rumble channel, I have the entire birth of a sewing machine from beginning to end at the Singer plant in Scotland. I believe I'm gonna have to look to see what documentary I watched, and I'll send it to you, because I've watched quite a few really awesome documentaries, and then I've watched a lot of satire because Mr. Singer had quite a colorful life. You know what though? I honestly, Dub, I have eight to 9 55-gallon bags of scraps in my house above my head. I'm working on bag number 10 right now. Have you seen the West Libraries in 2 hour? Oh no, I think that might be the documentary I have, but it's scratchy and it's from way back in the day. I'm gonna have to check it out. Yes, that is the one. Oh, that is the one. I absolutely love that video. What would you recommend for Butterfly? A good documentary about Isaac Singer. because I guarantee you that you probably know where the good documentaries are at compared to anything that I would know. Because I type in Isaac Singer, and there's quite a few videos that are satire where they're going off because he was an exciting human, and he had, by today's standards, you could easily judge him, but he had an exciting life. But before I forget, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so-called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a great evening and Happy New Year. Well, it's still 2023 in California. And on the West Coast, to everybody on the West Coast, from Alaska all the way down to Guatemala. And, everybody in the ocean too. But seriously, Happy New Year. Abby Cox is a fun one. On singer, I really don't know. Don't get me wrong, I love Phoenix to death, but man, she's a fabric. Oh, I am too. I'm a fabric consumer. In 4 months, I've probably purchased. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to say. Probably 200 or 300 yards of fabric, if not more. It's probably more if I really think about it, because it's probably more. I have never had a bowl of fabric. I am I am sir of the fabric wasters. All right, let's see. You know what's funny? Every year somebody's like, "Oh, this is my year. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start jogging. I'm going to lift weights." In 2024, I'm going to get a hold of my walk-in closet. The problem is every time I clean it and I clear it, it just becomes more of a mess. And so I kind of set an unobtainable goal to actually take care of that this year. But we'll see how far I get. But, it feels good to only have first world problems. So I'm not going to sit here and gripe about my walk-in closet. I'm fortunate enough to have one. I've allowed it to become a black hole of clothes. I'm super picky about fabric. Thank you, butterfly. We have boxes and containers of fabric. I'm like that too. Heard that before, and I got you. You fat. To be fair, you know what? That was definitely a highlight of 2023 when I got conked by my bagpipe. That was one for the books because you could hear the conk. Because people don't realize how extensive bagpipes are, and each pipe is heavy. If it's a real bagpipe, they're heavy, and that thing conked me. That's definitely a highlight of 2023 that I could remember. Thank you. I'm gonna have to go back in there and reclean that thing. If not for me, Phoenix would be a hoarder. I'm a real life hoarder, Dove. I am a real life USDA certified hoarder. I am. I'm fortunate to have like places where I can hide things away from my house, but I'm a hoarder. The day I conked myself with my bagpipe, that it reminded me to not store that thing so high. Because bagpipes are like, they're flailing all over the place. They literally, I picked it up in one arm, said conk, and just got me right on my head. And the bagpipe. Every time I look at that thing, it reminds me of how powerful the bagpipes are. That is very hard wood. And you know what? I got lucky. My bagpipes are real, so they're made out of extremely hard wood, and they have to be for the wear and tear, because they're expanding from your own breath. Bagpipes are actually really amazing instruments. You know, I worked in the fabrics and in the Strand, New York City for a while, and I kind of know what you're talking about. I will admit it too. I'm a hoarder. Thank you. Me too. I'm more than man enough to admit I'm a real life hoarder. Like if you and you know what's really funny? Just you want to talk about looking back over the years, just in the matter of like 2 years, I have filled this room. And this is a giant room that I'm sitting in. And just in 2 years, I have managed to completely fill this room. Beaker is still. Oh. We went to the Goodwill today and I found another Western snap button shirt. Fucked up. Sure, I love it. I have a collection of snap button shirts. I love going to the Goodwill. It's something I love to do. I would be embarrassed to show my room. See, and that's the thing. Like my same Joy. Same. I don't even have an excuse for that one. Same. Yeah, hello, Commander. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yay, great to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is going well for you. Hop in if you have time. I'm just sitting here shaking my leg because I've had way too much coffee today. And I have this weird tradition of getting bagels every year on New Year's. So I've already, in the course of the day, since this morning, I've had 2 everything and 3 salt bagels and a bunch of clam chowder. Yeah, hello. And like a pot and a half of coffee. Yay, hello, Commander. Great to see you. Yeah, I'm a real life hoarder, Dove. That's why you and Phoenix are such good friends. I am absolutely a real life hoarder. I'm at work. I haven't figured out why I should change my channel. Oh, what I should change my channel name to. If you go to my channel homepage, you'll notice that the banner is different. Good things are in store for the new year. Awesome. Do you know, change it to something that makes you feel comfortable. Like I used to call every video My So-Called Life, and that was going to be my default channel name. I finished off a bottle of Martin. Awesome. Let me, while it's still early. Awesome. I have the Tigers stuck in my head right now because I was blasting. I purchased this weird Bluetooth speaker that I thought was going to be kind of like subpar. The thing screams. It has proper bass. I'm kind of shocked. And so it kind of took me back, you know, when I'm sitting here rocking out, it takes me back to a different era of when I was a grommet in my room, rocking out. Those were awesome days. I just finished. So I might be slurry. No worries. I'm like that on a normal day. So no judgment here whatsoever. I used to be a book hoarder, and then I came to Kindle, and now I have a ton of online books. I'm in a weird way. I'm a book hoarder still. I am. The list of things that I should stop buying in the new year. All right. So I don't know if anyone remembers, but this is a shirt. This was meant for somebody that is a literal giant. This is this, and I looked it up. This is from Turkey. It's sold as a shirt. I'm 5'9". this thing looks like a dress on me, I'm gonna add a patch on it. I wear it as a jacket. I've been layering with this. I'm in this really weird denim layering phase right now where anything that has a hoodie or that's a jacket, I layer them together. And so I'm gonna throw a patch on this. I might throw a few more patches on this, but this thing is humongous. Oh, I forgot I had that. I forgot I had that shirt. I don't know how many paper books I have. I know I have around 700 ebooks. Wow. Wow. I'm not an intellectual. I don't care about physical objects. I like ideas and thoughts and concepts. I'm the same way, but I'm very Victorian in the sense where I want to take everything with me. Oh, so throughout the evening, you may or may not hear fireworks, or you may hear loud explosions, and you're not hearing things. My neighborhood goes off on the on. I was about to say the 4th of July. Where? Hold on. Where am I? On New Year's. Anytime that people can set off fireworks near my house, people do it. So you know what the funny thing is? I forget because people set off fireworks for Christmas. They set off fireworks for the 4th of July. 4th of July is the worst because about a month before the 4th of July, people are just setting off fireworks you'll randomly hear a firework. There are long mutilation shirts right down to the ankles. I love that jacket. I wear it all the time. I love it. But I'm gonna put a new patch on it. It's time to retire the tiger. I'm gonna put the tiger on something else. I have a whole crazy idea for the tiger patch. We just had sparkling. Ooh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Ooh, sparkling blush, Martinelli's. That sounds good. I'm drinking espresso and Pikes Peak from Starbucks. And the espresso is from Starbucks too because I'm bougie. I'm kidding. I buy it at Walmart. I don't know how bougie that is. Oh, that does sound amazing, Butterfly. I still haven't made my taco tray. I took a little disco nap between streams. Might have to rectify that shortly. Naps are important. Naps are important. I think in 2024, I'm going to embrace naps. That being said, Phoenix and I have watched every single episode of Project Runaway, including the most recent. What should we discuss in Phoenix stream earlier? Tim Gunn is my favorite people. Not to mention Dragula. Where are you watching Dragula? I feel like I should be, but I don't know if I can invest in another show. I don't know if I can invest in another show. That's my thing. And RuPaul's Drag Race is coming back in January, so it's going to be another show where I'm watching like everything someone's wearing. Tacos do sound amazing, Butterfly. And we're going to go to see if this is like the 19th year where they have a gray singer in the workroom. When I watch fashion shows, I literally spot the gray singer. Because most of them are sponsored by Singer. They're like, oh, we want, so at least in North America. In shows that are in America and Canada, I've seen them exclusively use Singer sewing machine. There's only one show I saw using like Juki, but they were from the UK. So, what's everyone sewing right now? Joy, I am so curious to see what are you sewing right now, and how many of what are you sewing? Are you taking a day off today? What are your sewing plans for next year? I have all kinds of crazy things that I want to make. Earlier, Alibaba mentioned tunic. I want to perfect the tunic that I was. I love my tunic pattern, but I'm always in fear of making the wrong size. So I made the extra large, and I'm swimming in that thing. I want to meet Tim Gunn and have him help me buy my shoes for my stupid little feet. I know he could do it. Tim saved my little feet. That's awesome. Do you know, I actually have hardcore feet problems, but in the opposite direction. Because of my height, people look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them that I wear size 13 and a half shoe. Depending on the shoe, it's size 13. So people are always wondering, like, why are you always buying shoes? Because it's hard to find shoes that are in my size that aren't outrageously priced. I pay almost $200 for boots, but my boots last like 5 or 6 years, so it's worth the money. I'm not sewing a thing right now. Shirts have 5 partially done. Awesome. Just worked on them today. Recut the boo boss man. That's the worst. That's why I try to check everything I'm doing like 2 or 3 times before I cut. Certain things are I can do in my sleep, but other things I have to check 5 or 6 times. I have a whole game plan for when I go back downtown and buy more fabric. There's places I'm going to avoid a whole section. I'm going to go make Mr. Modelo rich. And looking back, I'm so glad I decided to go to downtown Los Angeles. I was scared. I was scared to go to downtown LA. I was watching videos on YouTube. I was listening to the hype. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I went down there and I discovered a bunch of beautiful people that wanted to sell me. They wanted to sell me fabric. Oh, sorry. They're skirts. Oh, they're skirts, not shirts. I should put my glasses on, huh? Should I check over the rides? I can't remember where we first watched the first few seasons. Awesome. I'm having that I completely forgot what I was talking about moment. I've had entirely too much coffee. I can't believe that this patch came after all this time. Do you know, somewhere, and that's another reason why I'm going to tear apart the middle bedroom. There are these giant patches I ordered. I have a lab coat that I call Dr. Patch. I was going to do this whole crazy skit on YouTube. I decided not to do it. I was going to make fun of the fact that there's a lot of people who call themselves doctor on YouTube, and they are not. There are a lot of people that have given themselves titles that they have not earned on YouTube. But I decided not to do that because I really don't care that much, but I love the concept of having the jacket all patched up. So I ordered these giant patches and I lost them in here somewhere. They're in my house and there's no way they walked away. There's no way that someone took them. I remember moving them and being like, this is not a good place for them to be because I'll forget them. And I did. So I ordered these to replace them 6 months ago. I ordered this and it came with this one as well. And I have crazy plans for the tiger and this now. I'm a giant patch collector for anyone who, among other things, sewing machines, fabric. Oh, that's right. I was talking about Modelo Man. All right, so I'm going to pin this in a minute. I'm going to catch up with the chat really quick. I hope everybody's having a great New Year's. I'm going to keep rocking until midnight here on the West Coast. If anyone wants to join me, just let me know. I will be here. Yay. There are 36 of them and 9 buttons each. Yikes. I'm really into Kilroy's idea of Phoenix making a skirt out of all of the new zippers. Excuse me. Now that's some Project Runaway stuff right there. That is definitely some Project Runaway. Lafalargy put the patches in a safe spot, safe from being sewn on it. Thank you. And I think I put them on a stack of clothes because in my closet, I have stacks of black shirts and I rotate them because I'm gothic. And I have a bad feeling that I put them on one of the stacks and they just disappeared. Like into the void. How much does one of those large patches cost? Okay, so that's a very good question. So these two were $10 because these come straight from China. These are mass produced. I paid $10 for both of these. This I believe I paid $10, but it was probably on sale. You probably couldn't find it for more than like 15. When I started going to downtown LA, I started realizing how overpriced patches were because let me get my patch box. Because this butterfly I got in downtown LA, and this beautiful butterfly was only $2 or $3. And it's the same size as this. And I want to say it's almost better quality because it's made right there at the shop. Tim Gunn is so effing on point with everything. I love New Year's. I love starting fresh, and I don't give a rip about past resolutions. Absolutely. Mind if y'all, I'm very straight white man. Tim Gunn does rock. Absolutely. How's it going, Native Atheist? Great to see you, Native Atheist. Great to see you. No way I can make them for what it would take a couple hours or more to do. Yikes. How's it go? Great to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I got this patch for like $7, if not cheaper. On I got this on Amazon. I'm trying to think. Oh, I have a few. This was only a couple bucks. I got this in downtown Los Angeles. So here's the difference between Amazon, and these are both of the same quality. Okay, this was almost 15, and this was $2 or $3, and they're almost the same size. Now I'm going through my patches. I'm like, what do I want to put on the back of that? And this just amuses me, and it makes me laugh. So I purchased a few because they're so cheap. Come on. The giant cat patch. Yay. Hello, everybody. Awesome. And you know what's really funny? I went patch crazy this year. I did because I started going to downtown LA. 4 months ago, I discovered a patch shop in downtown that is way cheaper than most things that I could buy on Amazon. The problem is that Amazon has this giant selection. And so when I got done buying every patch I ever wanted in downtown LA, I still ended up buying some from yeah, great to see you, Native. Great to see you. I still ended up buying patches from Amazon. And they do, Amazon is pretty they're pretty spot on. But this one is a laugher because they said it was of much higher quality than what it was, and it's not. That eagle has a unibrow. That thing is not of high quality. And I ordered another one that I'll show you, and it's amazing. I ordered another patch, and it's absolutely amazing. So it's kind of hit or miss. But this one was a couple bucks as well. So I discovered a patch shop that basically makes the same stuff on Amazon for much less. Much less. I'm no ways an atheist. I study Judaism, especially Hasidic. Shabbat Judaism, and I watch Project Runaway every season. Is it every season that's on right now, or is it only season 17? Because I just got done watching Next in Fashion, so I need something new to watch. Yeah, there's quite a few awesome patches that I've got this year. And if we're gonna do the patch in review, there's also the flowers. I went flower crazy this year as far as flower patches. And we all forget, but every week I would come back from downtown, I'm like, I bought more flower patches. I bought more flower patches. Which ended up in this. You know, I need to start posting on Twitter again. But I love how this came out. Oh, and I almost forgot. Oh, I almost forgot about Death Metal Kitty. I made this one as well. Awesome. I'm in right. Absolutely. Frida's awesome. Card carrying. Bad kitty. I love that every time I wear that, that gets a reaction from somebody. Everybody. Oh no, we're all about love here, Dove. We are all about having a good time here in the House of Sewing. The YouTube in general, the internet is chock full of so much hatred, it's almost pointless. I accept everybody as long as they're willing to accept other people. I got a Ted Lasso figurine for Christmas. It was so cool. Now I need to watch season 3. Part of me wants to start from season 1. I want to start from season 1, and I want to know where can I do that without having to purchase them. Because I fall into certain things, and I've learned, like, because I'll buy like an entire like I'm looking for all of Blake 7, but it's something I'm into, you know. There might be a few seasons I don't like of Project Runaway. All right. So I'm gonna start penning. Drink some more coffee. Do you know there's so much stuff has happened this year, and it doesn't even it feels like it was so much longer ago. But in the beginning of this year, I had no idea this was going to be such an amazing year. This year has been a great year. We lost Mark Short, and I think it's important to remind people when I was just talking about love, we are here because you know, I love showing off the stuff I do. I love what I do, but meeting you guys makes it special and makes it what it is. So when someone passes away, like, it's important to, to remember that. So Mark Short will never be forgotten here in the House of Sewing. And I'm gonna try not. I'm wearing my sunglasses tonight. I'm feeling sentimental. It's been a good year here in the House of Sewing. A lot, we lost Mark, but a lot of positive things happened this year. So I have to stay positive. When Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum have to create their own runaway show, we knew something was wrong with, but Project Runaway is still good. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. I love watching fashion shows. That's not one of the reasons I got on YouTube. got on YouTube because I used to watch old MTV music videos, but I watch a ton of fashion shows. And because I can't sleep at night, if you're subscribed to any of them, they all post new videos almost every other day at 2 or 3 in the morning. Oh, good times. Good times. All right. So let me switch my angle. I'm going to start pinning in a minute. Oh, we're making good time this evening. We're nostalgic. Oh, this is huge. I'm gonna put this thing on just to give you some perspective to show you how humongous this shirt is. For anyone who's curious, this this article of clothing that is hanging is a shirt. It is ginormous. I don't even think it's supposed to be worn as like something that's huge. I think this was made for somebody who's twice or 3 times my size. Awesome. Awesome. When I found this, I couldn't help but laugh. This is awesome. Everybody thinks I should pin it in or do all kinds of things. You see how humongous this thing is on me. So I'm going to add that patch on it. I love the way this looks. This is so long. It's just instantly dramatic. So before I start playing with this again, I'm going to throw a patch on this because it's beautiful. So besides Project Runaway, are there any other shows that anyone recommends? I'm definitely in a show hole right now. I need something new to watch. I am definitely because I'm rewatching Discovery because Discovery's coming back, and I'm rewatching Deep Space Nine. But at this point, I could write the script for Deep Space Nine. I've watched it so many times. Oh. You know, I purchased this big fuzzy sweatshirt, and I have no regrets. This thing has a bunch of fake fur inside. It is so warm. Oh my gosh, I love this thing. I'm one of those people who, when I'm scoping out a sweatshirt or something, because I own so many, I look to see how thick it is because I layer everything, and I need something that's actually going to be a layer. Yay! All I know is Apple Plus. I have Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, ESPN Plus, or whatever it's called. And I'd have to look. I have quite a few things. At this point, I just click the avatar. When Tingle created their own, here we go. It's a little big, but it's a good thing. LL Cool J had a couple nice outfits tonight at New York Times Square. Oh, I heard you. I saw you talking about that earlier. So did LL put on a good performance? Do you know, if you told me 30 something years ago that LL would still be around, I would have laughed. But LL is still going strong after all these years. Oh, let me get my pens. And when this is over, I still have the pieces for my chaps, and they're basically almost finished. I just have to make the belt. And there's not much to chaps, so it's not like they're too complicated. All right. There's been a lot of changes here in the House of Sewing in 2023. And I'm stoked for everything that's going to happen in 2024. Like Butterfly was saying, I'm more optimistic than anything else. Have you ever put a separating zipper in a sweatshirt? I'm gonna have to experiment with that. This was the year that I experimented with zippers. So I've been putting them in quite a few jackets and sweatshirts. I do not necessarily like the zippers that have the bottom clasp that you can't pull them all the way through. I'm not a fan of the zippers that have the stoppers at the bottom. So, um, that's another thing this year. I would have never touched a zipper. And this year I finally decided to start actually using zippers. I would recommend something that you could pull all the way through. I was bouncing from the country show down south to the New York one. Cool J kept me there when the Dallas one, a country singer. Well, they're an auto-tune. Miss Wilson did good though in Dallas. That's awesome. I wonder if they were at the stadium. They have a most stadiums now fit like 100,000 plus. It's just crazy when you get that many people in one place. You'll get my stool because I'm admittedly short. Awesome. Well, I don't know if short. 5'9" is average around the world. There are people around the world that are my height. Now we need you to do buttonholes on one of your machines. That I'm gonna tackle that this year. I am saying that with 10 toes down, full confidence. First, I want to start off. I have a ton of those $39.95 brother machines. For some reason in Ventura, California, I was buying brand new sewing machines and I would look up their serial numbers and everything, and it would say this is only sold in Target for $39.99. This was only sold in Walmart for $59.99. So I have at least 6 or 7 brother and Singer sewing machines that were exclusive. I don't want to say cheaper, but they're perfect for buttonholes. Oh man, that was a bad idea. Okay. Sorry, I have to make sure this is even. And I draw. What did I do with the? Oh, there it is. I'll have to put a tether on this thing so I don't lose it. 2024, the year of the buttonhole, making one of the machines. Absolutely. I do need a buttonhole machine. Country and rap as well may as well be the same thing nowadays. Studio gangsters talking about the stuff they don't have. Okay, there was this weird country group that they were rapping and I was like, I'm too old for this. Oh, good times. 5'9", I'm 5'6". Oh wow. I have been this height since junior high. Everybody told me, they're like, no, I tell everybody I'm done growing, and they're like, oh, you're gonna be a giant. I have been this tall since I was like 12 or 13. And I had size 12 shoe forever, and then at 25 my foot decided to grow. Oh, I just have to make sure this is even. It will forever bother me. There's a few times that I've sewn a patch on and completely taken it off because it's a little bit too leaning tower of Pisa for me. Perfect. Actually, hold on. See, we're all a bit off. I don't think anything is straight at all. But, I've learned this year that I'm a bit colorblind. Yeah, that's even enough. Have a great night, Butterfly. Thank you so much for stopping by. Great seeing you. I'll see you in 2024. Awesome. The autotune guy was just like that, but with a country twang. Auto-tune country. Wow. I grew up with like Conway Twitty. My pops would obsessively listen to Desperado on a Train by Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, and somebody else were in a group, and that was like his song. And he would listen to it over, and every time I hear that song, I'm like, ah. So to go from that country to auto-tune is kind of funny. I have a ton of that. I have a bunch of Gut Bucket, all kinds of stuff. Hank 3 does some wild rockabilly. Jerry Reed, Johnny Cash, Han Snow, Hank Williams. You know what though? If anybody looks at the progression of a lot of things, like people will look at rap nowadays and they're like, oh no. But I try to remember that people said the same thing about my genre and the things I was into, you know. All right. Okay, is that even enough? It's gonna bother me if it's off. No, that's perfect. That is about as even as I can get it. I'm gonna try not to be too much of a perfectionist on this one. Oh, that's a little bit too high. Perfect. I love old rap from 1979, maybe 1976-ish even. Merle Haggard. All right. I just have to pin this in place, and I think I might grab my music's down so I can sit. Actually, I don't know because there's so much space on here. I think I actually have to stand this up. I love hand sewing and sitting down. That's why I have my music stand. It's a portable music stand that I carry around, but it's perfect height for when I sit down. I can put almost anything on it, and it has holes on it so I can put hangers in it. All right. I'm really securing this thing just because I want to make sure it's properly sewn in place. Because, there are certain patches I fall in love with. I ordered this 6 months ago, obviously, because I really, really, really wanted it, Oh, right. That's crazy, Kilroy. I just saw your comment. There's no fireworks around you. People are going nuts. You'll hear at midnight. I might open my door. I should open the big door because at midnight, like, people go crazy around here. And I no longer have a dog, so I'm not too worried. And Odin, she lives her own life. So I'm not worried about the cat either. but it's crazy with the amount of fireworks that people have around here. I actually had that argument with people all the time about back, like, because in my day you still had to play instruments too. Like I know how to play the violin, I play the banjo, I play the guitar badly. No fireworks around me tonight. I'm very surprised. It is like they're going off in my neighborhood. They are going off tonight. Any old deadheads here? Ha ha! I cried about the Grateful Dead puzzle my mom bought my son for Christmas. I looked at her. I'm like, really? After she bought him an Apple Watch, and then she buys him a Grateful Dead puzzle, and I'm like, I was not. I'm just old enough to cry about it. Only a little dove, never seen them. The neighbor lady will like it though. She's a fancy dog breeder, and fireworks scare the hell out of her dog. Yeah, I can totally see that. I can totally see that. We have a bunch of stuff, and that's what's tripping me out because it's somebody on that side because I can see them on my camera, and they're shooting over almost onto my block, and there's like there are combat veteran signs everywhere, like especially on the other block. Almost every other sign on the front door is like, please, no loud noises, no fireworks, please just leave me alone. So somebody must be new to the neighborhood because they are launching it directly in that area. So many good times. My toothache went away. Yay! Toothaches are the worst, Commander. They are the worst. I'm sorry that you're in pain. I get toothaches from time to time. Phoenix and I may be blowing off some fresh fireworks tonight if we make it to midnight here on the West Coast. I have a friend who's got some serious fireworks. Last year on the 4th, mortars are crazy. Somebody is setting off mortars around here. Somebody is definitely setting off mortars around here. Oh, New Year's. So I'm trying to think. There's so much that was made this year. I don't even know where to begin of all the crazy stuff that I made. I will never, well, as of right now, I will not forget about this. Not for any other reason than I walk past it almost every other day. Well, every day. It's sitting on top of my toolbox because I don't know where to display this thing. This is the greatest mosquito net of all time, kind of Paddington Bearish. Alibaba was the one who gave me the idea for this, and this is all awesome. I hope I can recover financially from my Ukraine field trip in time to take care of my teeth. You will. I know you will. Looks nice and centered from my perspective. It's getting kind of old because it's got the Paddington Bear thing going on from sitting there so long, but this was definitely one of the weird creations from a live stream this year. Oh, that thing gets some greenhouse gases going underneath there. Oh man, this is dusty. This is awesome. Like some of the stuff I made this year was kind of but this was such a good idea. I need to, like I said yesterday, I'm in my crazy hat phase. I feel like I have to bring that back. And I'm definitely going to start making more abstract this year too. Because I'm pretty, I make a lot of formed stuff, but I think it's time to get back to making extremely abstract things again. A little a little hot. Oh, totally. It's because I'm breathy, so it gets a little hot under there. Oh, that's funny. Who is that masked beekeeper? I love that, Alibaba. I love that. My first Grateful Dead show was in 1986, 4th of July. That's awesome. Who is that man? I love that. Red and white blue suede shoes. Oh, all right, let me clean some of this up. I have this giant desk in front of me, and I find new ways to just put clutter on here and find all kinds of things that that do not belong on this desk that somehow need to be here. It makes me laugh. So I'm gonna go back to the patch in a second. Does anybody what so I'm from a certain age, okay? Did anybody watch Dick Clark? What did you guys used to do on New Year's? When I was a kid, every year we would watch Dick Clark and watch the ball drop. Do you know how much I wanted to cry when I found out that it was on a tape delay? Still kind of bitter about that. Does anybody have any traditions or anything that they used to do? And like where I'm from, I have a question. Does anybody watch the Rose Parade? The Tournament of Roses in Pasadena, California. Does anybody watch that? I've gone to it a bunch of times. I may or may not know people that are affiliated with it. I may not affiliate with them anymore. But I want to know how popular it is. I know a bunch of people that help put it, a bunch of bougie people that put it on every year. Does anyone watch the Tournament of Roses in Pasadena? I've always wondered about that. I almost saw that tour. Oh, that's awesome. Went to New York, not Canada. Oh, Alibaba watched Dick Clark. Awesome, awesome. The ball drop. Yes, the ball drop. I watched the ball drop this year too. I'm just not into it anymore. Maybe I'm just old and cynical, you know? Yes, the Rose Parade and tuna salad on Triscuits. So, did anybody else besides Dove watch the Rose Parade? Is it a tradition? I always wondered about that because it's so huge here on the West Coast. I wouldn't go near it unless I had a camper. I'm too old to sleep on the street to be woken up by marching bands at 6:30 in the morning. I I slept overnight a few times for the parade. I have some great memories, but I don't think I would do it my older in my old age. Venus has to work tomorrow because I scheduled appointments for on New Year's Day. I do everything. I do that every year for almost 20 years. The Rose Parade, I don't know. I'm not necessarily into it. And like tomorrow, they're gonna have the Stadium Series for hockey. I'm gonna end up watching it, but I don't. But it's not necessarily my New Year's tradition. But I'm definitely gonna end up watching it. Oh man! All right. Actually, 12 years. I was never a parade person, period. I've gone to quite a few Rose parades. It's a sight to see. When I was like, when you're impressionable and seeing the giant parades and everything, it's awesome. As a cynical adult, like you could like there I love music. It is the soundtrack of my life. You will never catch me spending like sleeping overnight for concert tickets anymore. Like I'm over it and I'm way too I have way too many requirements in my old age now. Yes, even the East Coast we used to watch the Rose Parade. Interesting. That's really interesting to me. Oh, right. Oh, it's 11. Oh man, I've been yakking for an hour already. Didn't even notice. I knew this patch would take forever. Oh, awesome. Awesome. All right, I'm threading my needle just to make sure. I'm gonna, like I always say, I double thread everything. That's just because I'm old school and I love to reinforce all of my seams. It's not just a saying, it's what I do. You know, there's a weird optimistic feeling I get on New Year's of like, we there's always room for improvement. So I'm excited for 2024, regardless of what happens. I know everyone's scared for the election. I'm not. Well, not everyone, quite a few people. Awesome. I that makes me laugh, Kilroy, that you're never a parade person. I like the pop and circumstance about it. And like I used to watch a lot of college football. I loved the passion behind it. Now the kids get paid, so it kind of reminds me of like the NFL. It's just the love isn't there like it used to be. All right. Like I said yesterday, I have a stool for everything and I am not scared to admit it. Let me grab my phone real quick. You can't tell college ball from the NFL anymore. It's really sad. Like, and you know what? Those kids deserve compensation because they were like sacrificing their bodies and their lives, and a lot of them do not go to the NFL. But it's kind of sucked the fun out because we now know these people are getting paid, you know. But I feel like these kids do deserve compensation. Awesome. Sorry, let me hop out of there. All right. I'm not scared at all, but I look forward to the chaos. There's always chaos, though. All right, I have my initial stroke in there. I'm putting these kind of close because this is a giant patch, and I don't want this to come off or have a corner that can get snagged or anything. The problem with college sports is that these companies made a ton of money. They were making millions and millions off of these kids, you know. But now it's even worse because they're paying them and making even more money off of them. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, this is gonna look great. This thing is so huge. It's like a denim trench. Mm. This year has definitely been the year that I expanded, started wearing funky combinations, things that I would have never worn last year. I definitely decided to step outside of my box. And it was important to me because I discovered every color that I like and all the things that I don't like. And it's good to know yourself and to know what you're, the things that you're into. And this year was definitely the year of purple sequins too. I can't believe if you told me a year ago that I would be sewing sequins, I would have laughed at you. But now I'm obsessed with them. I finally figured out what was wrong with my downloader, so I will be making a raw short at least where I think I can play that video. But they're so weird with copyrights. I don't even know if I can play Boney M. But like I said the other day, I see a ton of people playing that song, so we'll see what happens. Do you guys have any traditions on New Year's Day? I loaf, or I attempt to. You know what? It dawned on me. I'm like, are you gonna do a live stream 3 days in a row? You know what? I just might. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, but I probably will. Maybe I played too much apocalyptic video games. I have a very hardcore view on that, but I'm not going to get into it. But oh, perfect. This is going to look great when I'm done with it. I am so stoked that I found this. This year I really kept my eye out for things that I wanted. I kind of stepped away from making battle vests and stuff like that because of how many I own. I own so many jackets, battle vests, so I decided to get into more fashionable things. Like I would have never bought this giant shirt, but I was like, you know what? I can do something with this. And I do look at denim like it's canvas, you know. Like my like that's why I was kind of stoked to that I was able to rescue that tiny Amazon vest. That thing is tiny, but I was able to actually do something about it because I have a working serger, so it looks perfect. And this year was the year of the serger. My white worked for as long as it could, and then it eventually died. You know what? I'm gonna figure out what's wrong with that white serger, but getting the serger that I have, it was worth it. And I've used that thing like a workhorse. I'm really looking forward to 2024. Oh man. Oh, did I hit a snag? Oh, can I unravel it with my hand or is it a complete mess? All right, let me take a look on this side. Or it'll just drop. Sometimes these snags are easy to fix. Other times I'm like, why did I give myself this much line? Perfect. Beautiful. All right. Let's figure out where the snag is. When hand sewing, I do not recommend using like a mile of thread like I do. I do because I'm impatient, but I constantly get snags. So it's something to pay attention to. Oh, come on. This one's really. And depending on what kind of thread you use, it'll get tangled. People say it's cheap thread, but I use Gutterman thread and it gets tangled as well. I think it's all about angling and how much you use in the first place because this is just crazy. Okay, good. It corrected itself. Let's see if that goes all the way through, which I don't know if it will. Oh, boy. Let's try that again. How about some simple shirts? I've made quite a few this year. That's why my second video was me showing off all the shirts I made on a live stream. Hand sewing, I do at arm's length, doubled. Beeswax. Oh, it drives me crazy the snags I get. Ah, perfect. And when I use less thread, I don't get a single snag, but I have to constantly keep on rethreading it. So I don't even know how long I've been doing that. I've been doing that for a long time where I use an unreal amount of thread trying to do it all in one piece. I like Joy's idea of beeswax though. I'm definitely gonna have to try that out. I actually probably have some in a toolbox if I really look. Beautiful. I'm actually stoked. I ordered this and it said it wasn't going to be here until the 10th of January. Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. This is the one that took forever. I have another patch that's coming that's supposed to be here on the 10th of January. And I recently ordered an Anubis patch that arrived because I'm a patchaholic and I have to remember which is what. Oh, can you hear that? I'm going to open my door. I'm going to open my door around midnight. Even beeswax thread can loop and tangle. Oh, man. Sometimes I think it's because of the cheap thread, but like I said, I had a ton of Gunterman. I was using that, and the same thing happened. So I don't think it's cheap thread. I think it's more the amount you use, the speed you're going at. It's not like a sewing machine. A sewing machine is going at a constant speed. It's like literally throwing it up, looping it underneath, throwing it up, looping it underneath, you know. This hand sewing, you're doing it yourself. Okay. Perfect. And I am weird. Like I always talk about, oh, don't be a purist in certain things. I am. I hand sew most of my patches on, depending on what it is. There's a few battle vests that I've sewn on, but that's like there was a t-shirt that I took apart and I put on the back of a vest and I made it even with every seam and I sewed that thing on. Perfect. I'm definitely gonna try the beeswax. Is there anything else that I could use to avoid tangles? Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it is 45. I'll be putting this back on in a second. Are you a mason? You should look to find some masons in your area. I don't think they'd like me very much. I am a extremely skeptical human. But I actually know someone that's a mason, and I asked a dumb question. I was like, "Oh, I like your ring," and then they went off 2 hours for 2 hours about being a mason. All right, perfect. I'm gonna need my stool in a minute. West Coast. This shirt is older than I've had this shirt for I don't know 17 years, 18 years. If you look really close, this like some of the graphics are coming off the front. I've had this shirt forever. He'd had to be 30 years older to fit in with the Masons. I haven't met any like the people I've met that were Masons were just kind of goobers to me and just self-satisfied. I said it. I said it. Oh, I'm trying not to bash this microphone. This shirt is my super go-to. I got out of the shower and I'm like, oh, I gotta put a shirt on. I love this shirt. I've had it forever. All right. This thing's coming out perfect. I love conversation pieces. I put the tiger on because it reminded me of this cartoon Isaiah used to watch. It was called We Be Bears, and they were three bears that lived together in an apartment, and they discovered a denim jacket that had a tiger on the back, and it was just the funniest episode, and it inspired me to put a tiger on the back, but I'm gonna put it on a darker jacket. I'm gonna replicate that jacket. It was hilarious. So the tiger patch is gonna get a new home. Beautiful. Another thing, I've spent a few months purchasing all these patches, so now it's time to actually do something about it, because I own quite a few patches, and I had all these great plans, and so I'm just gonna start using everything I've been accumulating, and my fabric as well. I do have I almost went out and bought more fabric today that I was like, why? I have miles of fabric. Because I was trying to decide what I was going to sew, and then I remembered I still have those chaps I haven't even finished yet. Oh, that was a big one. Somebody has some mortars around here. All right. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Pop, pop, pop. Somebody. It's not even midnight yet. Do these kids not understand? It makes me laugh hearing all the fireworks. So I've been getting a little drunk, and Phoenix is firing my head with a bunch of. It's okay, Dub. It's okay. You are welcome here. It is New Year's. My neighbors are going blotto. They are, man. And I could see on my camera they're setting off fireworks, and it's directly going off over someone's house. These guys are trying to get the fire department called. It has to be. I have quite a few new neighbors, so it definitely has to be one of the new neighbors. I thought Phoenix was asleep. And seriously, I'm all about having fun, but setting off mortars is. I'm trying. I'm of that age where I'm teetering between I used to be cool and wet blanket. I'm finally of that age of like, oh, that used to be cool. Now it's just loud and out of place. Oh. Oh man, I'm going to finish this patch. before midnight. This year has been the year of dispelling a lot of myths. I went downtown and discovered it is nowhere near as bad as what people said it was. And I had a amazing time. I met a bunch of really awesome people. I met a bunch of pretentious people going downtown. It was everything I thought it would be. I had a great time. And if I had listened to the naysayers, I would have never gone. I watched a ton of videos on YouTube. People would drive through. I didn't see any of the human devastation. The streets are clean. And the fashion district, at least, and the Callejones, aka Santee Alley, is beautiful. And it's thriving. I was shocked. So I'm really glad that I revisited the fashion district. And I still have miles of that Santee Alley fabric. You know what? I might make something out of that very soon. I have so much of that, it's not even funny. I have yards and yards of that Santee Alley fabric. My ears can't take fireworks anymore. Fireworks hurt. Exactly. Mix. Oh, Chex Mix. My ears can't take fire. I'm the same way. DDT. Nom nom nom. Plug ears, enjoy the lights. Somebody's setting them off directly over people's houses, though. That's just asking for drama. And they're setting it off over one of my neighbor. He's kind of meek. Like I would say something. He's really meek. So I'm going to speak up for him. All right, almost there. I wonder if I have enough thread or if I'm going to have to rethread. I might cut it close on this. And asking for a fire. Exactly. People, I'm part deaf, so fireworks are okay for me. So are concerts. Do you know what's really funny? You would say that. I was thinking about going to the Dome in Vegas. I want to go see a show there. Because if I go east, I need to have a final destination. And my car is just soccer mom enough ish where I don't think it'll get broken into as long as I have a black blanket that I travel with that I put over all my stuff where when you look at my car, it just you don't see anything. But I watched a U2 concert in the Dome and I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. So in 2024, I'm definitely going to go to the Dome in Vegas. And the Oakland Athletics moved there, so that'll be a sight to see when they build. I love watching stadiums being built. I watched them build where the Raiders are playing in Vegas, and it was interesting because they literally were building on one side of the freeway and they extended Vegas basically. They built casinos over there. It's amazing how they did it. Yay! Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Awesome. Awesome. Hope you're having a good night. Happy New Year's. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome. Ecuador. How's the weather in Ecuador? Bad fireworks. You can't go earlier for that in my book. Awesome. Awesome. I definitely want to go to the Dome this year though. And it's like 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive from my house, so I'm down. Because of where I live, Vegas is accessible. And if you think about it, like Disneyland theoretically is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, but with traffic, it's almost the same as going to Vegas if you think about it. On a bad day, on a good day, it takes like an hour to get to Disneyland, hour and a half. Well, hour and a half. Once you get on the other side of downtown, you're almost there. Awesome. That is. I don't know why my Alexa is so quiet. It turns itself down. It's becoming annoying. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's still 45. Oh, I think I might have enough line to finish this. Awesome. Well, there are pros and cons on using a ton of thread. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I do have enough. I'm stoked. This is going to look great when I wear this. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. All right. Let me move all this mess. Stoked. This definitely has been a year. I started streaming all the time, and my productivity has gone through the roof. I've made so much stuff this year, it's not even funny. Oh, man. Awesome. We're almost to midnight. The jacket looks great. I'm gonna pull my pens out real quick and see how it looks. This thing is huge, though. I'm actually really stoked that this arrived. I didn't think it ever would, and it's here. I order so many patches, I kind of lose track sometimes. So when this didn't arrive, I kind of didn't even notice. Perfect. $29. Are you kidding me? I do 29 minutes standing on my head. All right, that's perfect. First off, this thing is humongous. At my height, this shirt goes down to my knees, literally. I have extremely long arms, but I'm still going to end up tapering the arms in on this because they're a little bit baggy, but this thing is awesome. Oh, I love this coat. Oh, this thing is so long. All right, let me scoot over. Oh, that looks perfect. There's something to be said about hand sewing. I know some people are purists. Some people are like, "Oh, you should only hand sew patches." I'm really not into the like, "Oh, this is better than that." But I really like the way this turned out and the way it looks. I'm completely satisfied, and I love my my so-called life vest. That is amazing. I'm satisfied. All right, let me clean up a little bit. I'm gonna run out of the room for one quick second, but this was perfect. And this fits my style. It's long, mysterious, and people, and it's definitely a conversation piece. Oh, right. Awesome. Awesome. Let me find my phone. There we go. Clean, 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 clean. That is all I do is clean, clean, clean. That is my middle name. But you know what? That's part of being a parent is I'm constantly just walking around behind my child with a vacuum and like, oh, don't do that. Oh, I love how this came out. Do you know this year? Um, I changed everything. I brought all these I incorporated all these cameras, and instead of the CCTV angle, this is my Sofeld angle. Instead of Seinfeld, I'm Sofeld. All right, let me get my sweatshirt back on because it is 45 degrees. It doesn't feel like it. So I have a bunch of sewing plans this year, but what's something spectacular that I should make besides a parachute? I've been, I've been saying I'm going to jump out of a plane with my own parachute for 2 years now. For anyone keeping score. I was thinking about going full Walter Mercado and making capes with like the giant domes around. I don't know what they're called. I need some sewing inspiration. I said it every year. How do I change this year? I need some sewing inspiration. These red chaps are gonna be awesome. We'll wait. We'll take those into 2024. Ah, I need some ideas. A singlet. What else should I make this year? We need to go outside of the box in the house of sewing, and we need to step it up. I think this entire conversation is coming from the fact that I've been watching competition shows, and I'm like, you know what? I can do that. There's certain things I watch. I'm like, I can actually do that, and other things I'm like, oh, I need to go back to school for that one. But what should I make? I'm thinking about making something huge. I was not kidding about the giant Klingon flag. Oh, pirate shirt. Yes, pirate shirt for the win, definitely. It's a perpetual process. There's all kinds of things I want to make. At first I wanted to make the singlet like like an old school bathing suit, but then I was like, no, I want to go full wrestler, like full wrestler. An eye patch. I like that idea. I like that idea. I can match Odin. Oh no. Okay, good. I hope you guys can still hear me. I really kicked my cord on that one. Right. And since I didn't do it in 2023, I'm gonna take my trip east. Not a parachute. Parachute pants. I've made I believe 4 or 5 videos about hammer pants. I actually stopped making hammer pants in 2023 because I made so many videos about it in 2024. Should I make hammer pants the revenge part 5? I had to have made at least 3 or 4 videos about hammer pants. Let me make sure that okay, good. The mic beard is on. I can still hear you good. I really kicked my microphone. It's the cord I'm more concerned about. It's so 80s anyway. So parachute pants, huh? What else should I make? I'm gonna add a few patches on that Michael Jackson red vest that I have. Where is that thing? That thing is somewhere. It's probably on the rack in my in my middle bedroom. What else should I make? There's all kinds of things that I need to get into because I kind of fell into the jacket phase, you know. So what else should I make? This year definitely was a change. I changed my channel name. I changed all kinds of stuff. I keep hearing about people making scissor holsters. I have my old holsters that I wear with my scissors, if I can find one. Well, I don't have one within reach, but I have a bunch of old Hooter holsters that I use for scissors. And I have a bunch of really fancy leather holsters. I think that's ironic that people are making holsters for their scissors. I should go full utility belt. Now you need a holster for your holster. Well, this drawer is blocked by a bunch of junk, and I'm trying not to like. Oh man, that is so sad of how many cords are in there. But I have a ton of these, and they're perfect for scissors. But they look far more nefarious when you're wearing them, you know? But these are perfect. But I have a bunch of really fancy leather holders like this. There's somewhere in this room. You know, I just might start wearing this. Uncle Mike's sidekick. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. If I look, there's probably more somewhere around here somewhere. Awesome. Are there any projects that anyone's looking forward to in the new year? Is there anything that anyone's looking forward to? There's quite a few things. I'm in my super optimistic phase. I'm looking forward to the new year because last year was like the beginning of last year was awful, and this year was amazing. So I guess being optimistic helps, you know, because I see nothing but cynicism or people are commiserating over things, and that's not what I'm about. I'm about like, you know, expanding and getting better because this year, man, the House of Sewing exploded compared to what it was a year ago. So I need to make something humongous, like a conversation piece. What should I make? I think I've coined I think I've absolutely owned the corner of peasant hoods, the giant hoods that I make. There has to be something else. I've made quite a few flags. What should I make? Should I go full trench? Or should I just open up a shop and open up my so-called life coats and everything else that you don't need? Now I'm on a quest to find that leather holster. It is somewhere around here. I knew that thing was in here. I have this leather holster that I used to wear. It has my picking shears in here, but I have a serger now, so these things have collected dust. And I have these ancient Wiss scissors. These are a part of my collection. These things are old. But I utilize my holsters. I don't think you can make something that isn't a conversation. Oh, Kilroy, you're so right. Because no matter people like, especially like in the grocery store, when they see me coming, they're like, "Oh, he's just wearing black today." This year, from last January, I walked into my local grocery store wearing a kilt, wearing bright coats, like, and then I walked in with that coat that I had the cape on, and they're like, "I don't know how to take this, but that's really regal and fancy." And I look back and I can't believe that I made that this year because it doesn't seem like it, you know? It doesn't seem like it at all. You made the turtlenecks. See, I completely forgot about the turtlenecks. And do you know what's really funny, Ollie? I started making turtlenecks because I was watching Return of the Mac video with Mark Morrison. And I was watching the video and I was like, I need more turtlenecks in my life. Oh, that was awesome. That was glorious. That was absolutely glorious moment. I forgot about that. When I was redoing the video, that red turtleneck, I'm sorry, the cream with the red striped turtleneck, that was probably the best thing I made all year. I made a lot of really spectacular coats, but that's almost expected out of me. The turtleneck was something I stumbled into, and it's ironic that the first turtleneck I made was perfect. Everything else became art because I made the neck so huge that I just flopped them over to where they were masks. So I invented the shirt mask, even though I know I didn't invent it, but I'll just say that until someone believes me. But I forgot about the turtleneck. I completely forgot about that. That's definitely something where people ask me like, "Where did you get that?" But I like how those shirts came out. Those other shirts with the neck all the way up when I would pull it over here because we wear masks now, so people are used to people's like half of their face covered. I like how it came out. And if I'm in a pinch, it really can double as a mask. We have 11 more minutes, I think, according to my iPhone. Do you know what's really funny? And I'm gonna be really candid when I say this. I didn't think that I would make it this far. I really didn't. And this is nothing more than a victory lap. Just being here, sewing, having a great time. And I want to thank everybody who's made it with me through this year from pretty much like my birthday on. I was shocked. I had a lot of drama going on. I won. I couldn't believe it, but I chose to move on with my life instead of sit around and like point the finger. And I had a great year. And I hope to have another good one. And to keep growing, learning, experiencing, meeting new people, because that's what this is about. Like we come out here as YouTubers with agendas, but really it's about meeting people and, having a good time. Oh. Oh, and that's another thing. I made my kilt in the beginning of the year. I laughed so hard. Do you know the process of making that video? I'm in the middle of making a video right now. The process of making that video took almost 4 hours because I kept on laughing and laughing. And then I'm like, there's a point where I told myself, you have to stop laughing because this entire video is a blooper roll. This entire video is just one big blooper. So that was amazing when I made the kill. I think it was last either January or February. When I wore that thing, I got out of my truck laughing. I went to the grocery store laughing. It was awesome. That the kill was an experience. I completely forgot about that. This was the year that I finally finished my godless sewing cape. It looks amazing. It started off looking like a Confederate wedding dress. You got to be careful where you place that red, white, and blue sometimes. But in all seriousness, it was beautiful. I loved how that thing came out. This year was awesome, and it was worth it. You know, this year was definitely worth it. And like I said, we made friends. We lost Mark Short, but he'll be with us. As long as I'm here, as long as I have a voice, Mark Short will be part of my so-called life and the artist formerly known as Godless Sewing, because that's what's important. I truly appreciate all of you so much, and I'm getting too drunk to keep up with the conversation. So we'll meet up in the following year. Have a great year. Great. Great to see you, Dove. Thank you so much. I'll be here for another 10 minutes. We're gonna rock in the new year. Boney M, artist of the year here in the House of Sewing. I sang that song so much I should pay them. Oh, this has been a great year. To everybody I stream with, to everybody that isn't around, that is around, to all my haters, to everyone that loves me, hates me in between, I thank you. I'm gonna keep sewing, keep rollerblading, and keep being myself. Because if there's one thing I've learned on YouTube, it's to always be yourself. And that's what this is about. And now I have Boney M stuck in my head. Oh, we're almost there. We have 7 more minutes. I need something that's whoopy. What do I have that's loud, huh? Boney M needs to sing the I was trying not to bring it up, Joy, because that's gonna get stuck in everyone's head. To get the most fun out of life, I can now sing it completely from beginning to end. Oh. Where is? Oh, here it is. Check, check, check. Check, check. Just have to make sure. I have to make sure this thing still works. Oh, that's funny. Boney M needs to. I actually watched a documentary about Boney M, and I still do not care. Like, I love Boney M. I love the songs. I've been rocking out to like every song that pops up on my phone. I love people that are great performers. I think we get too involved behind the scenes nowadays. Awesome. We got 6 more minutes. Do you know when I'm busting this thing out? This is loud. I feel so sorry for my new neighbors. I feel so sorry. They like are officially moved in today. And there's people setting off fireworks above their house. Like, they're probably sitting there like, what neighborhood did I move into? Ah. I feel sorry for them. Awesome. Awesome. We almost made it to 2024. This has been an amazing year. But for real, this has been an amazing year. Fireworks here too. People go off. People go off around here. And it's really ironic because the closer we get to midnight, it's getting more and more quiet. And it makes me laugh because these fools have been setting off fireworks all evening. And then all of a sudden, it's like you can hear a pin drop right now. I hope they're all waiting for midnight. Yay. I wanted to say that the Touch and Sew song was the song of the year, but like Boney M was definitely the song of the year here in the House of Sewing. And I played the Touch and Sew commercial to the point of annoyance. And everybody here, I say Touch and Sew, and everybody's already singing the song. Just another day, really. I know, but it's okay to be excited about things, And I like to get on YouTube and be an over exaggerated version of myself. It's fun. Tomorrow, I'm going to sleep in. I'm so chocked full of coffee right now. I'll be up for a while, so I'm going to do laundry. I'm going to ring in the new year by doing laundry. You'll need to have a sewing music award show. Call it the Sewies. The Sewies will be there in 2024, announcing the Sewies in 2024. I love that idea, Kilroy. I love that idea. The Sewies. Oh, I like that. That reminds me of wrestling when they had the Slammies. I thought that was the greatest name for the wrestling awards. Me too. Son just dropped his off for me to do. Oh. Now I just have Boney M playing rah rah. See you next year. It's in 3 minutes. And you know what the funny thing is? Everyone else except for Hawaii, it's already 2024. Oh, laundry. Oh. I have a lot to catch up on. I thought I had the pile beat down, but then I kind of took a break. And I'm the only person who does laundry around here, so I can't even point the finger. Oh, awesome. Awesome. This has been a great year. I've made a ton of new friends. I finally spoke up in Pam's chat. I'm glad that I did. I got to meet quite a few people. This has been a great year. And this is what it's about. It's about meeting new people, expanding, and just being yourself, And rah sewing machine. There's been all kinds of stuff. Modelo Man. I went to Hobby Lobby. Everybody forgets about the godless sewing Hobby Lobby saga of my patches scaring people at Hobby Lobby. I took a picture. The manager was following me around praying for me at Hobby Lobby. And I'm like, dude, I just came here for fabric, man. I'm not even here to start a fight. Oh, that was a glorious day. I forgot about that. My patches literally scared people so much that they were like, oh, we need to pray over this young man. And I was probably older than everybody else. I'm glad I stumped into your channel. Thank you, Joy. I am so glad that I met you this year. So glad. We are all glad that we met you this year. Oh, we're almost there. It's 11:59. And I have to end the year how I started it. Coffee my brains out. You guys can officially say that you've seen someone coughing and laughing at the same time. But seriously, I want to thank everybody who's been with me this far and who's put up with my craziness this year. You guys are awesome. This has been an amazing year, an absolute amazing year. And I just want, I'm going to back up. I'm not going to be mean. Happy New Year to everybody in between. Happy New Year from me, from William here in the House of Sewing. I just want to say Happy New Year! We made it another year. Don't vote for your destruction. Happy New Year! But seriously, Happy New Year here. Oh, they're finally setting it up at 12:01. They're slouching. Happy New Year, everybody. Yay, we made it. I didn't think I'd make it to 2024, but seriously, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. I turned this way down because this thing screams. Can you hear the mayhem? I don't know if you can. They heard the megaphone. I feel so sorry for my neighbors. I feel so sorry for the new neighbors. Rah, rah, sewing machine. Awesome. Alexa, what time is it right now in Hawaii?
In Hawaii, it's 10:01 p.m.
Poor guys. It's still 2023 in Hawaii. But like I was saying, to everybody, anyone watching this in the future, I absolutely thank you. I really didn't know where I was going a year ago, and now I know exactly in the direction that I'm going. So I want to thank everybody. And I'm not going to waste your time with all my sentiment because I could start crying right now. But if you're watching this in the future, I thank you. I thank everybody who participates in the madness that is my so-called life. And we are only going onward and upward because that's the only direction that we can go from here. Rah, sewing machine. They heard that megaphone? I think it's time for new batteries for this guy. This guy has put some miles on this thing. I should almost... They're going off outside. It's actually a sight to see of people setting off mortars on your neighborhood. I just don't want to go out there because the cops are driving around looking for the person who's setting them off. I've seen them drive by multiple times. They're going to bust that person this evening. That person is not going to have a happy new year. The cops need something to do. Oh, the white plastic on that thing is yellow. It's time for a new one. Well, this made it through a fire. I've had this forever. I have had this thing forever. I've traveled with this thing. I've screamed at protests with this thing. This thing is yellow. This one's ancient. I'm surprised it's even loud. I've used that thing so much. It was loud there. They're setting off fireworks. They're setting off massive amount of fireworks right now. I'm laughing because the cops are like, they're driving around looking for whoever's setting it off. But if you stood still, you could just look in the direction and you could see they're all coming from they're all coming from one specific direction. It was loud out there. Turns out my son and his friends are setting off the fireworks off. Damn kids. Outside my I'm telling you, don't let me catch. If someone tries to set my house on fire, I'm gonna say something, you know. That's my only beef. Oh man, they're setting off some mega ones. And that's another thing. They're really low. If I can see them on my camera, they're really low. I don't know why they're setting them off over my neighbor's house, though. She's gonna call the cops. She's not nice. She is not nice. They're illegal here. They're illegal here, too. Where I live, any kind of firework is illegal. and I live in fire country outside on the outskirts, and so it's super illegal here. It's LA. They're probably setting off pipe bomb. we have like zero tolerance towards fireworks here where I live. It's really ironic because I know like okay, so fireworks are completely illegal, okay? But if you drive into certain counties, they have fireworks stands everywhere. I do not understand how that works. At all. I do not at all understand how that works. Oh, that's funny. I'm like waiting to see the next round. It's so funny watching people make bad decisions. They're gonna be setting those off all night long. Damn 42-year-old kid. Oh. So, the funny thing is the person setting off fireworks is probably the same age around here because they're expensive. You gotta have a little bit of money to buy fireworks. Do you know what's funny, Joy? I call anyone under 30 kid, and it really bothers people at my job. But it's a good identifier. Yay, it is no longer 2023 in California. What an amazing year. All we can do is look forward. There's quite a few other things that I'm looking forward to. And this is another year where I did not buy a bat car. I try to stay away from really bad decisions, and I want to buy the Michael Keaton era bat car, but every one that I find is a lemon, so I just stay away from them. So this is another year where I did not buy a bat car. I came close twice. I even kicked the tires of one, but I did not buy a bat car, so I'm proud of myself. Awesome. Welcome 2024. But for real, last year was an amazing year, and all we can do is go forward and make it even better. 2023 was amazing. I made a ton of new friends. I made a wardrobe, a literal wardrobe. You know what's so funny when people are like, oh, you need to make a line, make all this stuff. If I had 15 to 20 models, I could have a fashion show that goes on like 2 or 3 hours for all the stuff that I've made. How many machines you gonna buy this year? Okay, so I have a plan. Of not, you missed it, Skits. We rah-rahed into the new year. You missed it. We rah sewing machined into rah sewing machine. That is definite. Happy New Year's, though. In all sincerity, Happy New Year. I wish I knew the words to the song of all the something. We'll just call it rah sewing machine. That was the first rah of 2024. You missed all the sappy parts too. I almost made myself cry. Then my neighbors lit up this neighborhood. Oh, here's to more mayhem, though, and to having more fun, making more friends, expanding, and just being better. It's easy to be bitter and hold contempt, but it's not easy to move on with your life and actually contribute to society. And I think everybody who helps me make my so-called life a better place, in all sincerity. And in 2024, I am going to finally make a zoot suit. I need to buy more yellow. I had plans on making Cab Calloway's Zoot suit, but instead, me and Mimi G are still locked like this. But I think this will be the year that I step out of the Mimi G pond and I expand my sewing horizons. Okay, back to the machine purchases. Okay, so I have this weird plan where I'm no longer gonna buy modern machines because of how many I own. Says the guy who literally bought a Husqvarna Sophia, if not yesterday. I'm trying to remember because I bought the Kingston 3 days ago. Well, 4 now. And so I'm gonna stop buying modern sewing machines because this Viking is solid. It's a solid backup. I'm gonna continue on my quest of I'm gonna go back to what I used. I would only buy vintage sewing machines, but then like this something happened to me where I just started buying any sewing machine I came across. So I'm gonna go back to my old rule where it has to be like 1950 and below. I'm gonna so 1950 anything after 1950 I'm probably gonna stop purchasing except for touch and sew. And for real, I know I troll some people when I say like, oh, I have this and this many touch and sews. I've purchased so many touch and sews. It's insane of how many touch and sews I own. So I'm definitely gonna try to. This is gonna be the tone. Well, I reserve the right to completely change all of that and just go on a piratey streak like I always have, and let's go to 400 sewing machines. Let's go on the road to 400 sewing machines. I don't know. Define modern. Well, what is considered a vintage sewing machine? Like 100 years? What's considered vintage and what's considered antique? You know, 25 years old is vintage. Oh, then I'm metal machines. I am all about the metal machines. That's my thing. Like they're solid. Says the guy who literally purchased a Sophia yesterday. The jury's out on that one. It's vintage when it enters the house of sun. I have this really hardcore vision of opening up my own museum. I do, because I'm sitting in one right now. I might as well. I'm such a curator of the past. I have all kinds of things in this room I haven't even shown. So I don't know. In 2024, I might have to expand to a warehouse to open up my museum. And the funny thing is, I have dreams about it, but I really think it's just me telling myself I need more space. Or it's just my active imagination. I thought 50 years, it was an antique. Okay. Vintage is really just a date. You can have a 2012 vintage machine. Classic is 50 years. Vintage, yes, 25 antique is 100 plus. Interesting. I thought 100 was antique. So did I. It's so weird to me. But there is quite a few things that I'm going to change, and there's quite a few plans that I have. I'm glad I found my green screen. I have all kinds of new ideas for videos. I'm kind of getting back to what I used to do as far as making videos only about sewing machines. I'm gonna make a few sewing like right now. I was working on a machine about my about how stoked I was about the Kingston sewing machine. And then I purchased the Husqvarna Viking Sophia. So I'm going to have to change my video completely now. So it went from probably a 3 or 4 minute video to it's going to be like a 15, 16 minute video. But that's okay. That's my whole point. You know, that's okay. So I have a ton of plans for next year. Well, now that it's here this year, do you know what's so funny? I'm going to be writing 2023 on paperwork for a while. I do that every year. I write in January and February I'm constantly writing the wrong paperwork. I'm not there yet. Guess I'm classic. I was about to say that makes me vintage. I guess it depends on who you're asking. I'll tell you one thing, those millennial charts, like, oh, who's a millennial? Who's Gen this or that? Every single one I look at, it's a different date. And in 2024, I'm gonna learn the words to the New Year song. And next year I will sing that song. Or figure it out. Awesome. I was waiting for the fireworks. I have a ton of plans, but I'm one of those people, I don't like to talk about it. You know, I really don't like to talk about things. I just do it. But I have a ton of stuff. Like I said, I'm working on a video right now. I'm going to continue on my confusing shorts that I make that are just me walking around thrift stores. I want to convey to people how many thrift stores there are in my area. I have barely scratched the surface. I have a weird grid that I work at, and I'm slowly heading east, and I have yet to even scratch the surface of LA County as far as thrift stores. So I'm extremely optimistic. Do you know what's really funny? This is the last day for my notes. I have expanded so much. This is a year's worth of notes of the House of Sewing. And I've learned to start writing disclaimer at the top because I would always forget the disclaimer. And all right, let me put the James Brown why hello.
Hello. My company just left. I'm pretty tired, but I wanted to say hi to everybody.
I was kind of tapering, but you're always welcome.
I mean, feel free to taper.
Oh no,
Don't strain yourself on my account.
I still have I still got some in me. Hold on, let me do my James Brown. I still got some left in me. I'm feeling really optimistic because, like I said, last year was really crummy and I was feeling down and everything worked out.
All right.
And this year's nothing but positive things. So I want to enter this year in being positive.
We're determined.
Sometimes they're the same thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't have to be angry to be determined. Sometimes you're like, I'm going to do this regardless, and that's a positive thing.
That's right. Positive outlook. A cigar. I missed something.
I'm just a smoky human. I put a patch on my giant shirt that I wear as a coat.
Oh, okay.
That was made for someone that was double my size. I love that thing. There's a fashion designer that I watch in Houston. He makes long denim coats. He sells them for $900 each.
Woo.
Love the guy. I'm not going to spend $900 on a coat that's the same size. I measured it. It's the same size as my shirt. And I got that for like $5 at a thrift store.
But, you're skilled, so you could make your own long denim coat.
Oh, very much so. And
Happy New Year.
That's another thing. Yay. Oh, I forgot about that at midnight. I should have done that. I forgot about that. Yay. I am super optimistic. Today has been a good day. I've had, and this is from this morning, I've had 2 everything bagels, 3 salt bagels, and a bunch of clam chowder.
Goodness.
Throughout the day.
Partridge, pear tree?
Well, I have a weird tradition where I eat bagels every year on New Year's. And, young Mr. Sewing's with his mom, and I'm like, I'm alone. And my mom brought over this huge thing of clam chowder. I was like, thank you. I was eating it on Phoenix's stream.
So I'm sorry. What on Phoenix's stream?
I started eating it at like 3:30, and I just kept eating it and eating. It was so good. Homemade clam chowder is the best.
Nice. I made leek and potato soup.
Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing.
I had potato chowder. How's that?
Okay, so are you a red chowder fan?
Oh, what now?
Do you like red chowder?
I don't
Like-
care for seafood, so
Oh, that's right. I live for that stuff. I live for that stuff. Damn it, I don't have any jokes for clam chowder.
I find that hard to believe, Kilroy. I'm sure if you put your mind to it.
I'm so hardcore about the red chowder that I went to San Francisco telling everybody like, "Oh, we're gonna go see all these sites." I drove straight to the pier to go eat a sourdough bowl of red chowder.
Sourdough. I remember one time I was there, I got a baguette from Boudin and some chocolate from Ghirardelli
Oh yeah.
and ate them together. It was so good.
You see, people, is that from this country?
What?
Ghirardelli?
Did it originate here? I thought it originated in San Francisco.
Okay, because I used to get in fights with people. They like, and because I've been there, I know that they were right, but I would always defend America. They're like, "You have terrible chocolate in America," and I'd be like, "No, we don't. No, we don't." But Ghirardelli is the best, and like, I eat C's, and it's amazing. Once a year, I go off on Z's candy.
C's is kind of sweet for me.
I'm a sugar-aholic. If you ever took a sip of my coffee, you would be like, "This is sweet and strong at the same time. What is wrong with you?" I am weird about sugar. Ghirardelli is nice chocolate. Now I'm craving Ghirardelli chocolate. I had the Ghirardelli hot cocoa. It was amazing.
Have you tried the sipping chocolate from Trader Joe's?
No, I have not. Yay!
Oh, thanks, Joy. Hi. Happy New Year. How's
You're,
your laundry going? I did laundry myself today.
You're starting to robot.
No.
I'm gonna do laundry when this stream is over. I'm gonna chuck whatever's in the dryer, the washer, and start a new load.
I had to do a load of laundry because my mom, I don't know what was going on with her espresso cup, but it ended up down her sleeve, down the front of her sweater.
Yikes.
Down the other side. We don't know what happened. So we had to wash her a sweater, and I loaned her one of mine, and it looked terrible. Well, first she went in, she didn't have the lights on. I said I put a sweater out for you on my bed, and she comes out in my pajama shirt from the night before, and I'm like, no. She said, I didn't turn the lights on. So then I gave her the sweater, and the sweater, it looked terrible on her. So then I gave her a different sweater that was okay while we laundered the one that had coffee everywhere.
I dress in the dark. I walk in my middle bedroom like this, grab something, looks like it fits, and just walk out like that's not a fashion show. It's not I tell myself that all the time. I'm like, especially when I'm like just going to the store and I'm putting on 4 or 5 layers. I'm like, dude, it's not a fashion show.
You're gonna be seen. Might as well look good.
Well, my vests are shameless promotion because if you type in anything on the back of my vest, it comes back to my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I tag anything that's on any of my vests. I tag them. So if you see anything that says Godless Sewing, House of Sewing, or My So-Called Life, you type it into YouTube or if you typed it in to Google, it'll go to YouTube.
Makes sense.
So it's walking, talking promotion. And lately I've been wearing the Mother Mary patch, and that thing's been getting a lot of notoriety from people. And not even I thought it would be negative feedback, but everybody's like, I love that patch. Where'd you get it? I tell them downtown.
All right. I'll be right back because I'm going
Okay.
to see if I can unrobot.
Why, hello. It is 2024. Oh, I am weirdly optimistic this year. I didn't think I would be here all positive, ready for the new year. I am like, bring on the new year, ready for it. I'm going to be doing so much laundry though. I have so much laundry to do. Yay.
I hear Joy's doing laundry. Maybe she'll do yours too. I mean, if she's doing her son's, she'll never notice. Just throw your things in with it.
When I invent teleporters, you guys would be so annoyed by me. You'd be like, I'm done. I am so done with my so-called life. He knocked on my door and then teleported out. I'm over that guy. Over it.
I would do so many more things if I had a teleporter and apparently new tongue or something. I don't know, but
have a great night, Alibaba. Thank you so much for hanging out. I
good
know
to
it's
see
late.
you briefly.
I know it's late everywhere else, so I thank everybody for hanging out with us West Coasters. Our nights are we're like, oh, it's only 12.
That's it.
Have a great night, Ollie.
Happy New Year, Alibaba.
Happy New Year. I started saying happy everything, but I could see the offense in some people's eyes when I would say that.
Oh, goodness. You
And
can't win.
And I started saying Merry Christmas to people, and this woman at Walmart walked up to me and she was like, and I keep in mind, I'm with my son. She's like, I'm so glad that you're keeping that alive. And she's getting all political. But what she doesn't know is that I know these people. I know they celebrate Christmas. If I know you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm going to say happy holidays to you.
Right.
I go to Walmart enough where I know these people by first name. They know my name. You know, I try to be nice. I see these people all the time. Might as well make friends with them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I accept good wishes from anybody. So, like, if someone's like, oh, happy Hanukkah, I'll be like, oh, okay, thanks. I mean, I'm not Jewish, but that doesn't matter. But, like, if I know that someone is, religion X or this lifestyle or culture or whatever, then I'm going to wish them that because that's their thing. And if I don't know, then I don't want to, assume that they're practice A when they're practice number 1 or something.
Do you think Merry Everything is offensive? Somebody was like, that's out of place. And I'm like, dude, like you said, you can't win for losing.
Yeah, I don't think it's offensive. I used to say, Happy Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa.
Christmas Hansa Kwanzaa was one of the greatest Old Navy commercials ever. I forgot about that. I knew somebody, 2 people in that commercial were old school Hollywood. They were older people. One was in a CBS orchestra in Hollywood back in the day before television. Wow. And this was part of the Starbucks crowd I used to hang out with in Hollywood. And 2 people were in that commercial.
Nice.
Hollywood's crazy though because they both like lived in hotels. They were on TV, but they were like, they both lived in like crummy apartments or like, they didn't have the greatest lives. That's the misconception about being famous, Yeah.
Well, that was part of what the whole strike was about. Like getting the regular people better wages because they were trying to cut out the writers, cut the extras and the walk-on roles and like make it so that they just weren't being used and weren't getting paid. And
well, I am more on the writers side because they're the ones getting ripped off the most, working for nothing sometimes.
Yeah. Or like having it, like a 6-person job being assigned to one person. And
they do not have a union either. There's no SAG. There's nothing for the writers. So,
Wasn't it the Writers Guild?
That's not an organization that fights.
Oh,
That's not the right. Have you? They're not. They're not going on strike. They're not like. There's not an organization that speaks up.
but didn't they just go on strike?
But it was the whole industry went on strike together. It was
Well,
the
it
writers.
was the Writers Guild and then the actors, and that was the big deal that the two went on strike at the same time.
But it was the entire industry. They were fighting for like the grips, and they were fighting for everybody.
Yeah.
I watched this documentary today about writers, and I'm like, okay, I won't be so harsh on you guys. I know somebody. I don't even like this guy, but he has an Emmy in his house, and he's an Uber driver now,
Mm.
and he's a writer. I don't know how I feel about that because I live in the affected area where all the people they're saying, "Oh, the industry is killing us." Y'all are living like kings. So I don't feel sorry for people that make $300,000 a year, $200,000. I know somebody who's just a working stiff in Hollywood. He said that writer strike was massively stressed out by the bigwigs of both the unions and the studios. It shouldn't have been a long thing. That's crazy. I was living vicariously through Will Wheaton because I'm subscribed to him on Instagram, and he was out there every day. It was weird to see the cast of Star Trek out there with their signs, like. So, do you have any optimistic plans for 2024?
I don't know. I have a bunch of sewing things I need to do post haste.
Oh, and pirate shirt. Pirate shirt is on the list.
I want to make a black one.
Ooh, I like that. That's slick. Oh, I really like that idea. That's super slick. That's very D'Artagnan 2024. You speak just enough Spanish.
How would you know? You never speak Spanish with me.
Rah, rah, sewing machine. That guy really knows how to sew. Rah, rah, sewing machine. He's a mystery, so nobody knows.
I know a deflection when I see one.
Hockey. I'm a hockey goalie. Block, block, block. Either get me really mad or put me in a corner like a mouse. You'll be like, oh, he speaks Spanish fluently. Oh, he speaks Spanish perfect. Put me in a situation where I have to get home in a foreign country. I'll figure it out real quick. Oh man. I was trying to change the Boney M thing, but it is just blasting in my head right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a short. I'm gonna make a I gotta warm up and stretch because I'm gonna dance and show people what people in their 40s can do.
Okay.
But I did a video a year ago, actually, when I made all my big hats and everything. I tried to duck walk with my big hat and I almost blew my knee out. I dropped and I was duck walking and I have it on video. And then all of a sudden my knee was like, you didn't stretch. And I toppled. Oh no! And I fell. And you can see, because all you see is my hat bouncing, because I had the camera up high, and then all you see my hat goes like this. So I have to stretch before I do any kind of hardcore dancing. I still have it in me, it's just I have to do a full regiment of stretches before the full gamut.
Well, that's just good practice.
I got my son into it. When we go walking, like we have this whole thing, like we stretch before and after.
All right. I'm trying to pull up the video so I can have the chat on. I've got all kinds of things.
I was bumping Eye of the Tiger earlier, and I was like, uh-oh. I feel like a song of 2024 is coming on. Next thing you know, you're going to be sewing too fast and need Tommy John surgery. You know what's so funny? My left on my I feel like I need Tommy John on my left arm. But that's just from years of overextending my left.
What's Tommy John surgery?
Rotator cuff surgery from doing it's a sport injury, and so it was named after a pitcher.
Okay.
And it's when you completely snap you basically erode your rotator cuff.
Ugh, it sounds awful.
It's a hardcore sports, and you could do it like easily to yourself if you don't stretch, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to properly throw something. Because as human beings, we want to throw things with as much force and like rah. But if you forward motion and then follow through, it's just as fast as if you threw something as hard as you could. It's literally science.
Hang on, let me get a piece of paper.
and if there's nothing that has taught us that, it is baseball has taught us that more than anything else.
What was that movie in the 90s about the kid who had blown his arm out and he had his tendon stitched and they made it too tight, so he had this like crazy fastball, went to the big leagues.
The Rookie. There was two. The Rookie was the one where he played on the Cubs, and there was another one I can't remember. I watched both of them, and then I had a ninth grade math teacher that was like, "Let's destroy the movie." There's a math problem that they do, because the kid's doing his homework. The teacher paused it, and she was like, "Let's do this math problem." So it always stuck in my head. I was like, "Wow, you just ruined this movie." Because she made the entire class do the math problem as we're watching it. She was smart, though. She knew what she was doing. I think I can't say his first name. Antani has needed it twice already. The Dodgers are be feeling pretty stupid about 10-year deal. They paid almost $1 billion for a human being to play on the Dodgers.
And I mean, is this person not doing the right stretches? Do they have bad pitching technique? I mean, why does this person need this surgery twice at such a young age? What's going on?
I think he came from I think he came from Japan. I could be wrong. And they play hard. They play 1970s baseball in Japan. Like, it's fast. It's no joke. They beat us in the world championships. Like, Japan is not playing. Every time any team beats America, though, in the baseball championship, we look at the team like. Same thing happened in basketball when America started losing in there was one team, I can't remember who the first team was that lost, and they were like, "You what? Like, we invented that sport. We send the best people in the world over there." But as the years go on, we are no longer the best at basketball.
Who's the best at basketball?
It rotates, but like, there are a lot of countries that are just better than us because they take our game and they expand it. It's called teamwork. They just don't have one. We'll throw a bunch of superstars out there. It worked in the Michael Jordan era, but those men knew how to work together. Like, they were all superstars, but they knew how to run a program. And it's not just the younger generation; it's many generations. Because that was in 1994 for anyone keeping score, and they just haven't been able to replicate that over the years. But I think that's a good thing. It welcomes in competition. Who wants to play you if you win every year? I would be like, all the Americans, I don't want to play them. Like,
doesn't seem to stop people wanting to play the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's different. They'll pay you to lose. I'll go, man. I'll put me on the generals. I'll get a really cool uniform with my name on the back and get paid to go fly around the country. Have the new age curly throw a ball in my head every once in a while. How many times have you seen the Harlem Globetrotters?
In person?
Yeah,
Never.
I've seen them twice.
Okay.
It's a show. It's they're actually extremely entertaining. You can do all the right stretches and still need it if you're unlucky. Pitching is just extremely hard on the body. Don't forget that if you don't pitch a baseball right, you can break your arm. It's from the repeated motion, but yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good way to hurt yourself.
I wasn't sure if it was also like like not warming up, or as you say, if you don't do it right, you can break your arm. So I wondered if maybe there was a little bit of sacrificing technique for result or something that was making his arm need repairs.
The human body is a crazy thing, Let me turn this TV off. It's freaking out. But I used to always say when I was younger, you could be amazed what you could do to the human body and blah, blah, blah. I was just young. Now I'm like, preserve that, stretch, drink water, make better choices.
Now I've got Sweet Georgia Brown stuck in my head.
I have a combination of I have Boney M stuck in my head, and I have the tiger. I'm big on stretching and being prepared, but that's because I grew up like around extremely unhealthy people. I knew someone that I don't think they ever drank water on a regular basis. So
That's
I drink
good.
I drink water like a fish. Like I'm like a fish. All right, we have a man. We went up and then crashed into 2024.
Woohoo, 2024.
But seriously, I know I was getting really sappy before midnight, but I want to thank everybody who's made it this far, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. I drink water like a man. You have to. That's the only reason I'm standing. I've learned, water is the only reason. I treat myself like a house plant. Lots of sunshine and water. I will be back at it tomorrow in some capacity, even if I go for an hour. I say that, and I'm going to be standing in the middle of the road with road flares. Like, let's go. What does that do again?
Confetti.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yay! Oh, if you hold it, you get balloons too.
Well, no, one is balloons and two is confetti.
Oh, Apple. And this worked in Rumble's studio on Phoenix's stream too. I'll be back at it tomorrow, so I'm not going to ramble too much. Oh, I'm tired. Rumble, stammer, stutter. Thank you so much. We made it. We're going to keep going. It's 2024. From the house of sewing to your house. I thank you. I thank everybody who watches me sew on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate everybody, and I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going, and we're only going to improve and keep going. Do you have anything you'd like to show, polished and assembled?
No, nothing for me today. I'm just trying to stay coherent.
Well, we made it. It's 2024. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. Thank you. In all sincerity, I want to thank everybody. To anyone watching this in the future, I absolutely thank you. I'll be back at it tomorrow. So, like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely definitely see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much, Kilroy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.